The cowherds of Vraja noticed it first, not thunder, not lightning, but the river itself trembling, as if someone had called her name in a voice she couldn't ignore. It was a bright day, the kind where laughter travels far. The fields smelled of crushed grass and warm milk. Balarama stood among the people like a mountain that had decided to smile, broad-chested, calm-eyed, crowned with wildflowers and dust. But something in him was different that day. A restlessness, like a storm held politely behind the teeth. The Yamuna flowed at her distance, graceful and proud, her waters curling past the banks like a dark blue braid. She had her own path, her own rhythm, and everyone in Vraja knew, rivers don't come when you call, they come when they choose. Balarama wanted the river near, not for conquest, no, not like that, for play, for comfort, for that simple human longing. Come closer, be here. The cowherds watched him call out. Some say it was words, some say it was only his gaze, but the meaning was clear. Yamuna did not move. A hush fell, not because people feared Balarama's anger, but because they sensed the boundary between divine patience and divine will. Balarama's fingers tightened around his hala, his plow, the tool of the earth, the symbol of cultivation, the promise that what is stubborn can still be guided. He stepped forward. The ground seemed to recognize him. "Yamuna," his presence said, "don't make distance into pride." Still, the river flowed on. And then the moment arrived, the moment you remember for the rest of your life because it looks impossible even while you're witnessing it. Balarama planted the plow into the earth, not gently, not as a farmer, as the elder brother of Krishna, as the force that steadies worlds. The hala bit into soil like it was soft butter, and then he pulled. The landscape answered. The Yamuna bent. Her waters curved sideways as if the river were suddenly a living ribbon being drawn across the land. The current shivered, spiraled, obeyed. Banks cracked and reshaped. Water that had flowed straight for ages now turned toward him like a surprised serpent. The cowherds stumbled back, eyes wide. Children clutched their mothers. A few men fell to their knees, not out of fear, but awe. Because this wasn't a flood. This wasn't a trick of rain. This was will made visible. Yamuna Devi herself was there in the trembling of the water, divine, ancient, proud. And in that bend was her protest. I am not owned. But Balarama's pull wasn't ownership. It was alignment. A reminder that even the sacred can become stubborn when it forgets love. The river came closer, closer, until her waters kissed the land near him, settling, calmer now, like a strong being choosing surrender without losing dignity. And then, as if to seal peace, the air softened. The chaos became music. The river's new path gleamed under the sun, as though the world had been redrawn with a single divine gesture. In that stillness, the cowherds understood something very human. Sometimes you ask softly and life ignores you. Sometimes you plead and the distance stays. And then you realize, this isn't about begging the river. This is about becoming the kind of presence that the river naturally comes toward. Balarama didn't drag Yamuna to humiliate her. He brought her near so the people could drink, play, live. Strength used for care, not control. So if your life feels like it's flowing away from you, love drifting, purpose slipping, peace staying distant, remember Balarama's plow, not as a weapon, as a vow. Because the world moves when your devotion becomes steady enough to pull even a river into grace.